Hey guys, welcome to Prairie Pioneer Schoolhouse. I wanted to come on today and do the Homemaker Tag. I've been seeing a lot of people doing it over the last year or so, and I never knew if it was something that you had to be tagged in, but I realized after watching the channel, The Overnight Mom, that I think that you can just do it. So she's a great channel. You guys should go check her out. She's super sweet, and she's one of the Catholic YouTubers that I found doing the summer reading book club with Heather from A Catholic Mom's Life. So anyway, so what I did was I went online and I found all the questions that you needed to, I guess, have for the Homemaker Tag. And so I want to go ahead and do it with you guys and let you guys know why I'm a homemaker and how I feel about it and how I came to it and all that good stuff. The first question is, have you ever had anyone say something negative to you about being a homemaker or staying at home? I would have to say not directly, but I have had kind of the feeling and pressure that I'm kind of, how would you say it, letting down certain people, or maybe letting down women in society and all that we've worked for. I grew up more in a feminist environment, and so when I became a homemaker, I had some of that kind of hanging over my head. So it was probably more of a personal issue that I had to work out. I didn't really feel that way, but I felt like I had pressure, and I had just personal feelings about it. What is your favorite part about being home? That was the second question. And I would have to say I have two answers to this. One, being able to make a home and not just live in a house and kind of come and go, but really be intentional about making a home. The second part would be to be really there for my children. I feel like I don't just discipline or do cleanup. I have my baby with me, almost all my videos. But I'm able to really be there for them, to form them, to help them through situations, to really get to know all of their little personality things, all their little quirks. So I really appreciate that part of being home. What is your favorite or least favorite chore? I would say that my favorite chore, I love to fold laundry. Sometimes it's really hard to get to that point because you got to wash it and dry it, and then you got to make sure it all stays on the couch while you're getting the rest of it back on the couch without it flying through the air because of a baby. Then you fold it and you enjoy it, but then does it ever really get to the room? Do they put it away or does it fall? You know, so it's but I love the actual folding of laundry. I feel like there's a lot of time to talk to the kids if they have questions. And I like cooking. I love baking. That's not really a chore, but anyway. But my least favorite thing would probably be dishes. Not that I don't enjoy doing dishes. I usually put on a YouTube video while I'm doing dishes. But it's just the constant work of dishes, of doing them, that kind of can get a little frustrating. But I buy, and I know some of my environmentally friendly people might not like this, but I buy paper. Here you go. I have a little toro. A little bowl. My baby's playing with it. Here, go bring it to sister and she can press it for you. But anyway, I buy paper plates and paper bowls every couple of weeks to kind of help me to not be constantly doing the dishes. I still obviously do all the pots and pans and bowls and all that kind of stuff, but and I really don't like bathroom cleaning, especially the kids' bathroom, because it's it never ends. Question is, what time do you wake up and what time do you go to bed? This has always been kind of a changing one for me, but I would say the most regular thing is I go to bed around midnight and I wake up usually around 7:30 with the first child waking up, which is usually a nursing baby. There are times where I go through seasons of my life where I try to go to bed a little earlier, and I try to wake up before the kids wake up. But I've had babies every 2 years, so you know that when you've had a baby, it's hard to get sometimes them on a schedule, and it's hard to make sure you're going to bed at a certain time because you're up all night or when the kids get sick. So I would say probably going to sleep around midnight, waking up throughout the night, and then waking up around 7:38. That's my normal sleep schedule. Do I put anything on in the background while I'm doing work, TV or stuff like that? Yes, I put on YouTube. YouTube is my go-to. My favorite channel that I've probably watched for so many years is A Farmhouse Full. I love her channel. She has 8 kids. She is a go-getter. She likes to get things done. I love watching her channel. I also like all of the Catholic YouTubers that I have found while I was doing this book. I'm doing the handbook for Catholic moms. It's a collab, and I've found a lot of Catholic YouTubers through it, and I love watching their channels now. I also really like watching Catholic Answers and listening to it, because as a convert, I still have tons of questions, even though I have learned so much, and I love to know how to kind of defend our faith, and I love Catholic Answers. And I would have to say, last but not least, is Melissa Nielsen. I worked with her, and I still work with her through a program called Thinking, Feeling, Willing. And I love her. I got the program, and what it does is it like, it's just amazing. I actually have a video all about it if anyone's interested on my channel. But anyway, so she's really helpful. She's kind of like almost like a life coach. I don't know if you would call her that, but she just helps you with a lot of different things, and her videos are so awesome, especially if you're doing Waldorf homeschooling. But she also has great help for anybody. So I really like her channel too. Oh, and I also really like Little House on the Mountain, and there's another channel, James and Lee D. I don't like all of their content because some of it has a feel of not anti-Catholic, but just a little stuff on there that maybe I wouldn't agree with. But overall, their ministry, James and Lee D, is really good. I love their videos. They're short, they're quick, to the point, wonderful ministry. I think that they have a great channel. So those are all the channels that I mentioned. Those are the ones that I really watch a lot of while I'm doing like kind of like my homemaking and dishes and laundry and things like that. Do I get dressed most days or stay in my PJs? That is a good question. I think most people, when they think about stay-at-home moms, are like, oh, they're in their PJs all day. I'll tell you what got me out of my PJs. So years ago, probably about 4 years ago, I again was watching a Farmhouse Full channel, and she did a video about a book called Professionalizing Motherhood. And I ordered the book, and I read through, most of it, and I did a 30-day challenge. It was actually after my dad passed away, because I needed something to like get my mind off of like grieving. And it was all about treating your homemaking like a profession. Like, you get up in the morning, you get dressed, you do your hair, and you start your day. You don't just like roll out of bed and stuff like that. So over at a Farmhouse Full, Nikki, she did a video all about how that book helped her and how she's kind of professionalized her motherhood. So I have learned to not stay in your pajamas. The days that I stay in my pajamas are usually the days where I'm not feeling well, or maybe the kids are sick and I'm just having a hard time getting to my room. But I tell you what, if you just get dressed, it helps so much. So I'm big about getting dressed for the day. Question is, how do you do you do your hair and makeup most days, or do you not? I don't wear makeup. Like every now and then I'll go through a week where I get on this makeup kick where I'm like, I'm gonna start wearing makeup again, and then my face breaks out. Like I've had this breakout. I don't break out like ever on my face. And then I went through this week, it was like last month, where I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear makeup like every day. And I broke out, and this has been taking me like a month to like slowly like get rid of this breakout. Like, I'm touching it right now. I shouldn't be touching it. But anyway, so I don't wear makeup. I just don't. And when I go through that kick, I always regret it. But anyway, I'm not against makeup. I just, and my hair, I just wear it like, if you've seen my video on my my hair testimony, I guess, I just wear my hair down with a cover, or I wear it up in a bun with a cover. That's how I do my hair. So regardless of what I'm doing, I always do my hair that way, I guess, but I don't really do makeup. I want to say some people will wear makeup for mass. I still don't really do that unless I'm going through my week kick, you know what I mean? But what I do is I make sure to wash my face really well. I use a face wash from Burt's Bees. I think that's how you say it. And it has like these scrubbing bubbles in it, and it just makes my face look really like kind of radiant, I guess. And so a lot of times I will wash my face before mass, because I am going before our Lord and I am joining our community. So I think it's important to look presentable, but like not distracting. What is your trouble zone or area in your home that needs the most help? I got 3. Laundry. Oh, it's like my enemy. I feel like for years I've struggled with laundry. And it's not so much though, like I like the folding, but it's like getting it to the washing machine, washing it, making sure to get it into the dryer quickly, getting it out of the dryer and fold. It's like there's so many steps to it, and it's like when I had one child or before I had children, laundry wasn't really an issue. I mean, it was like still something that was hard because we used to live in an apartment and we had to take it to the laundromat, so that was kind of hard. But it's not so much of an issue anymore. Other areas I would say are bathrooms, not because I don't like them, but just because, especially the kids' bathroom, you know, it just gets like so messy so quick. So I've actually created this chart here. And what it is, it says every single room in the house laid out. I made it, I don't know, a while back, like a couple months ago. So if I ask the kids to do something, they know they can come get this chart and look at what is expected of them. And it's not just like me having to constantly walk through it with them. Now, the 6-year-old who's just kind of working on reading, I have to obviously still sit and explain it to him, but it really helps them a lot. So that's been really helping with bathroom stuff. The other area that's not really in the home, but it's weeding. Oh my goodness, like now that the summer is here, weeding the front is like crazy. I had the kids weed before we went on vacation, but already everything's sprouting up. So I gotta get out there and weed. And the last thing, I did say 3, but really the 4th one is our homeschool room, because it's not really a playroom, but it ends up being like a playroom. And I will spend so much time in here cleaning and getting organized. And it ends up being a place where it's just like constant pickup. I'm hoping once we get our new homeschool room and the doors can close and it's not going to be such an issue with cleaning the homeschool room. Hopefully it'll be more of like just the homeschool room or a place where we can do our work. But life is life, and as long as you make your homeschool room fun, kids are going to want to be in it, you know? Do you enjoy staying home, or do you miss going to a job every day? I love, love, love being home. I don't miss going to work every day for 1 second. I literally hated like all the jobs that I had. I didn't like any of them. One of the big things, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but one of the big things was I found in the workplace, I worked with a lot of women, and there was so much gossip going on in like workplaces. And also in my early days before I became Catholic and before I went through my conversion, I really understood what it meant to be Catholic. I found that women would get so involved in each other's lives, and they would just like bad talk husbands, and they would not be like helpful influences on each other. And I remember feeling like I don't want anyone over me but God and my husband. Like I really struggled with that in the workplace. So I mean, I think the reason I had that is because a lot of the jobs I had were like shift work. I worked in one office, and I worked at a daycare, and I worked at a lot of restaurants and stuff. So I was around kind of like more feeling of like shift work, and so maybe that had a difference, but I don't think so. I think that that's also just like a workplace thing. The whole like water cooler thing and people talking and people gossiping, like that was an issue, like I felt. And when I tried to stop doing it or like be around it, it was like work became so lonely, and then you didn't. So I don't know. I don't miss that aspect of it at all. I also don't miss the whole, my baby just pops up all the time. I don't miss the whole like, thing where I just don't miss it. I don't miss it at all. And I didn't have jobs either where you got to get dressed up all like cute and everything. Everything that I did was like, you know, like uniforms. And so anyway, I mean, I stopped working outside the home when I was like 21, and then I was a stay-at-home wife for about a year. And that was such a healing time. But anyway, and then I've been home ever since. So I've had some like home businesses and stuff, but I've never like gone back to like a job. It's your never ending chore, dishes and laundries. Laundries. It's like plural because no. Dishes and laundry. I feel like that's like self-explanatory. My favorite way to relax and have me time, I would say doing stuff on my YouTube channel. I really enjoy putting on content. I also enjoy watching videos, and I would have to say spending time with my husband. I know that might not be classified as me time, but I really, really, really like being with him. And like we've like known each other since we were 16 years old, and so I feel like I've literally grown up with him. And I have like, once we come back from vacation, I like go through like withdrawal like from not being with him. So I like being with my husband, and our time in the evenings after the kids go to bed, or like when we have our weekends like Saturdays and Sundays, like I don't make plans with anybody or like do anything, because that's our time together as a family and with my husband. How often does your husband chip in? This is kind of a funny question to me, because I don't really like, my husband works really hard. He works for the Catholic Church, and he you know, he works, and then when he comes home, he doesn't stop. Like, he's always fixing cars, or he's like tearing down walls and patching things and creating new things. Like, he's a really hard-working person, and so to have him chip in around the house, it just sounds kind of funny, because he does so much. Like, he doesn't make me feel this way, but me watching him work, sometimes I'm like, man, I'm lazy, because he works a lot. There are times when I'm like really sick, or like maybe like I've gone through like bouts of depression and stuff, and he'll like do dishes, and he'll kind of just try to like do more like of my work because he knows that I'm struggling. But that's like, I would never really expect him to do more around the house or like do more with the kids of what I do, because he works so hard and he's so busy. He's not someone to just be lazy, like, or sit around. So question is, when do you find to do chores? I work it into my day. Like, I wake up in the morning and I make my bed and I walk into the bathroom and I make sure it's kind of picked up. I mean, if I'm gonna do deep cleaning, that's gonna happen later for the bathroom, but just basic. My room, I feel like my room and the living room and the kitchen are constant all day things. The kids play in my room. Sometimes I'm like, no, you guys can't play in my room for like a month or two, because it's like, it just becomes so messy. But when I do allow them to kind of play in there for extra space, my room just gets so messy. But the living room is just like kind of, we pick it up 3 times a day. The kitchen is a 3 times a day kind of thing, and then late at night. So I just kind of work in the chores throughout the day. I don't even think I could call them chores. I just think of them as part of my life and like what I do. So just trying to keep the counters cleaned off and trying to incorporate the kids in the work, because it's just constant, you know, it's just part of our day. This is an interesting question. It said, how do you balance being a homemaker and having a YouTube channel and like putting out content and stuff? I thought that was a really good question. For a while, I felt super guilty about doing like anything with my YouTube channel, because it was time that I wasn't spending with my children. But then I realized over time that like I'm not doing it all day long. I usually do it in the morning or kind of in the afternoon when they're playing, and it gives them time to kind of like hang out together and find things to do. I think it's good for the kids to see, because they know their dad goes to work, and I think it's good for the kids to see that that mama has something that she enjoys, and that's something that she's doing to encourage and to bless other people. So I just kind of find time to do it in the morning. After they've had breakfast, and maybe while they're watching shows, or maybe while they're reading or playing. And then if I don't do it in the morning, sometimes it's in the afternoon when they're all kind of playing together down the basement or in their rooms. What is your favorite room in the house? It is, well, it was kind of like 2. One, I love our homeschool room, because I feel like it's the room where I can be the most creative. I can buy educational items, which is like, oh my gosh, I love. So I really love the homeschool room. I also really love the master bedroom, because that's like my husband and my special, like our room. So it's like that's a really special place too. But I would have to say, like, for creative purposes and like throughout the day, like I love the homeschool room. I feel like it's fun, and soon it's gonna be interesting because we're gonna have a new homeschool room. And so the homeschool room now, which is like our formal dining room, we're gonna turn into an office for my husband and a sewing room, like one area for sewing room for his office. So I don't know which one's gonna be my favorite, because I'm super excited about having a sewing area again. Your least favorite room in the house? I would have to say the kids' bathroom. Not because, I mean, I love that we have a second bathroom, because we have lived in places where there's just one bathroom. But I think it's because I haven't put enough time into really like creating a space in the bathroom and making it more functional. So I think once that I do that, it's same with my laundry room. Like, we are slowly getting the laundry room where I want it to be. And I think once it is there, I will feel so much better about it, as well as the kids' bathroom. Does your home reflect your personal style? Why or why not? This is a good one. When my husband and I first got married, we were young. We were like 18 and 19. And we set off into the world, you know, and I quickly realized that we had completely different styles. Like, I loved primitive country, and he liked kind of modern. And so it took us time over the years to kind of blend our likes together. And now I feel like our house is such a good mix of what we like, that when we come home to our house, we're like, oh, we just feel so good here. Like, we pick out everything together. We pick out everything, like paint color, flooring, whatever he's gonna do. He's like, basically says, what do you want? And then I kind of tell him what I want, and then he kind of says, okay, I kind of like this too, and then we kind of figure it out together. It takes us a little longer to decide on things because we kind of go through that process, but it's totally worth it. So yes, it does reflect our styles together, and also where we live. We like to make our home kind of fit into where we're living. So we used to live on an island, so we tried to make that house look a bit more beachy. When we first moved in, it was very like, almost felt like very Italian, like Italian countryside, you know, so we painted, my husband did a lot of stuff to it, and we fixed it up to make it look really like beachy. So it helped when we went to go sell the house. I think people really appreciated that. And then here we're kind of, you know, in the Midwest, we're kind of going for like a rustic, like, kind of a rustic feel, but it's like light and airy and fresh. And so I'm looking around and going like, yeah. So we really like it. That's what we do whenever we kind of fix up our house. The next question I laughed so hard about. It says, what does your home smell like? And my son's putting stickers on me. So the two things that popped in my head was food and diapers. And I was like, no one wants to hear that, but that's the truth. Like, I feel like I'm constantly changing diapers. I have 2 in diapers still. I try to get those diapers out of the house quick though. And the other thing is food. Like, we always have food going in the house. But I tell you, if I had my dream, my house would smell like those gorgeous candles from, like, what's it called? Like Yankee Candle or something like that. But then I read all these articles about how they're dangerous for... So if anyone knows a good article that says that those candles are okay, please link in the description or in the comments, because I would love my house to smell like gorgeous candles. So that's like my dream. But really it smells more like food and children. This question is, what is your strong point and your weak spot of homemaking? So I would say my strong point is serving my family, because I'm a big relationship person. And so I feel like I love making sure that, like, my family is happy and like joyful and things like that. And then my weak point would be counters and toilets. I swear the counters are always covered with stuff, and the toilets are always need to be cleaned. And I am a work in progress. I am always trying to figure out new ways to be better at homemaking, and new ways to, you know, love my family better. And yeah, but I would say that my strong point is serving my family, and also I'm getting so much better at like budgeting and getting on a rhythm, and I really owe a lot of that to my program, the Thinking, Feeling, Willing, I got with Melissa Nielsen, because she really helped me and whipped me into shape and showed me how to do things that I did not know how to do. I never really learned. So that's been like super helpful. And then I feel like coming up, something I'm gonna be really great at with homemaking is my homeschooling with my kids, because now I have a program, our Seton Home Study School, and it's just laying everything out for me. So I feel like as the years go on, obviously you're going to get better at something the more and more that you do it. But I feel like I have gotten to a place in my homemaking where I'm so comfortable in my walk and in my role. I feel like I'm always getting better at it. I'm never getting worse. I'm always getting better. Am I at my best? No, not yet, but I think I will one day be like really great at it. And that's a joy that I get to spend time and work at it. And I also want to say, if you are wanting to be a homemaker and you are feeling like it's going to be impossible because of finances or whatever, like, I just want to really encourage you. There are ways to stay home. The biggest thing I think is to start like saving your receipts and write down everything that you spend, and take like whatever you make and then whatever you're spending, and see if there are ways to cut. There were times in our lives where we lived so like minimally, like so I could stay home with our children. I mean, it was like bare minimum, but it was really important to us, and we knew that. So I just want to encourage you that if something you really want to do, that that's the first thing to do. Another part is, a lot of men don't want their wives to be home. They want their women to be working wives. They want them to bring home money, and that's important to them. That's how my dad was. It was really important to him that my mom worked. Like, he wanted her to work. So I think that that can be a hard one, because we want to honor our husbands as our head, but at the same time, if you're really feeling called to homemaking, I know it sounds like cliche, but I would pray about it, and I would really come up with a detailed plan how in which you guys could go to do it. Because I feel like with a husband, it's really important that when we bring an idea to our husband, we've really thought it through. Not like we've made our decision already. We want them to feel like they're part of it, obviously. We don't want to just make these decisions all on our own. But like, if you come up with this detailed overall plan of what the first year would look like, or what this would look like, or how much money you're spending that, you know, it's just your money that you're making is just going to, like to really like bring it all together as one big like piece to show him, it's gonna be a lot more effective than just being like, honey, I think I want to stay home, you know? So if that's something that there's so many books out there, I bet, that are about that. But if you have any questions for me and maybe how to create a plan like that, I'd be happy to maybe talk to you about that. Also, I have a Facebook group, Prairie Pioneer Schoolhouse Facebook group. If you join that, we can get a little bit more into details on there. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed this Homemaker's Tag. It's really hard to make this short. I tried to make my answers really quick because some of the videos are super long, which I don't mind because I watch them while I'm doing stuff around the house. But I know it's hard to sit down and like focus on a video for a super long time. So I hope you guys are all having a great day. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And if you like videos like this, please give it a thumbs up. I hope you guys have a great day. God bless. Bye.